Sometimes you just need to see things from a fresh perspective. There was a point where I was in college and I was working on a piano concerto, which is called the Grieg Piano Concerto in A minor, and I was practicing 3-4 hours every day just on this piece. And I was playing it, I was practicing, and I was getting better and I was getting worse. And at one point I went to my piano instructor and I played the piece for her and she looked at me and she said, "Tom, it's getting worse. You're not going to be able to do this concerto competition that you've been working so hard for. I'm sorry, but I'm more concerned about you than I am about this piece of music." And I had been working so hard. I feel like I was pulled in so many directions, doing schoolwork and practicing, that it was just heavy. It felt like I was having like a nervous breakdown after she said that. So that night I was walking around campus at the University of Redlands, and a friend of mine came up and she said, "Tom, what's wrong?" And I'm like, "Wow, I'm just really heavy right now. I got all these things going on." And she could tell I was kind of freaking out. And so what she did was she goes, "Tom, let me pray with you." And then she took time and she prayed with me. And as she prayed, I began to see things from a whole new perspective. That, my little life did not define, or my little problem did not define God's goodness. And she showed me a new way to look at things. Sometimes we need to see things from a totally fresh perspective. There's a great passage in the Gospel of Luke where Jesus is at the house of Martha and Mary, and Martha is freaking out because she's got all this stuff to do. She's making these big meals and all this stuff is going on. And she looks at her sister Mary, who was sitting at the feet of Jesus, and she looks at her sister and says, "Lord, tell my sister to help me. Why am I serving all by myself?" And you kind of expect Jesus to say, "Yeah, Mary, you need a new perspective. Go help your sister." But instead, he goes, "Martha, Martha, you are upset and worried about many things, but Mary has chosen the better thing. Only one thing is needed right now." And really, he was looking at Martha saying, "You know what? You are being guided not by your servant attitude, but you're freaking out because you got so much stuff going on, and you need to settle in." And the fresh perspective was simply this, that you needed to sit at the feet of Jesus. If you are filled with anxiety right now, if you're feeling like life is pulling you in so many different directions, the thing I would just call you to do is to take time, just like Mary, or just like that friend did for me in college, and to sit with the Lord to gain perspective so that you might be able to see things from a whole new vantage point. Spend some time in prayer. I hope you're doing well. Take care.